Did you know that our oceans are in crisis and many marine species are on the verge of extinction? Imagine a world without sea turtles, colorful corals, or majestic whales. In this video, we'll explore the threats facing these incredible beings and the inspiring efforts to save them. Want to know how your small actions can make a big difference? Stay with us and find out how we can protect these precious inhabitants of the sea and ensure a sustainable future. If you care about the planet and want to be part of the change, this video is for you. Let's go on this marine conservation journey together. Imagine swimming in crystal clear waters and suddenly coming across a majestic sea turtle. These ancient navigators of the seas have existed for over 100 million years, but today they are struggling to survive. Plastic pollution, overfishing, and the destruction of their habitats are pushing these magnificent creatures to the limit. Every piece of discarded plastic can mean the difference between life and death for a sea turtle. Now think about corals, the engineers of reefs. They create habitats for thousands of marine species, but are suffering an alarming loss due to the warming of the oceans and the acidification of the waters. These tiny reef builders, which take centuries to grow, can be destroyed in a matter of days. Coral bleaching, caused by climate change, is one of the greatest threats these ecosystems have ever faced. Coral reefs are essential not only for marine biodiversity, but also for coastal protection and the economy of millions of people around the world. And what about sharks, the supreme predators of the oceans? They are vital for maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems, controlling the populations of other species. However, more than 100 million sharks are killed every year, mainly through the cruel practice of finning, where their fins are cut off and their bodies discarded at sea. Without these majestic predators, the oceans as we know them are at serious risk of collapse. Finally, let's talk about the majestic whales. Imagine the song of a whale echoing through the deep waters, a sound that can be heard from miles away. Whales are not just impressive creatures, they play a crucial role in the health of the oceans. Through their migrations and feeding behaviors, they help regulate the marine food chain and promote the growth of phytoplankton, which is fundamental for oxygen production. However, hunting, pollution, and ocean warming are putting these giants in serious danger. These threatened marine species are just the tip of the iceberg. Each of them has a story of struggle and resilience, and each of them needs our help. By getting to know their stories, we can better understand the importance of our conservation efforts and how small changes in our lives can have a positive impact on the future of these incredible inhabitants of the sea. Just below the surface, a silent battle is being fought. The first major threat is pollution, especially plastic pollution. Every year, millions of tons of plastic enter the oceans, creating vast islands of floating garbage and suffocating marine life. Think of a sea turtle that mistakes a plastic bag for a jellyfish, its favorite food. It ingests the plastic, which can block its digestive system and lead to death. It's not just visible waste. Microplastics are present in even the most remote parts of the ocean, affecting microscopic organisms that are the basis of the marine food chain. Another critical threat is overfishing. Imagine an ocean where schools of fish swim freely, but now visualize giant nets dragging everything in their path, leaving a void where there was once abundance. Industrial fishing not only depletes fish populations, but also catches non-target species such as dolphins, turtles, and sharks, which are often killed and discarded. This unsustainable practice is leading many species to collapse and threatening the food security of millions of people who depend on the sea. What about climate change? They are changing our oceans in dramatic ways. Rising water temperatures are forcing many species to migrate to colder waters, destabilizing entire ecosystems. Corals, which are extremely sensitive to temperature, are bleaching and dying on an unprecedented scale, depriving countless marine organisms of their habitat. In addition, the acidification of the oceans, resulting from the absorption of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, is weakening mollusk shells and coral skeletons, making it more difficult for these organisms to survive. Let's also talk about habitat destruction. Mangroves, estuaries, and coral reefs are being destroyed by human activities such as coastal construction, mining, and agriculture. These habitats are vital nurseries for many marine species, offering protection and food for the young. Without these refuges, the survival rate of many species decreases dramatically. Noise pollution is a less visible, but equally devastating threat. Imagine living in a city where the noise never stops. For marine animals, especially those that rely on sound to navigate, find food, and communicate, the noise from ships, oil and gas exploration, and other human activities can be deafening. Whales and dolphins, for example, are becoming deaf. Noise pollution as a devastating threat. As the oceans face unprecedented threats, a ray of hope is emerging through tireless conservation efforts. Inspiring initiatives are helping to save marine species. First, imagine vast areas of the oceans that are protected, where marine life can flourish without human interference. These are marine protected areas, MPAs, sanctuaries where fishing, mining, and other harmful activities are restricted. Think of the coral reefs that can recover, the fish that can reproduce safely, and the sea turtles that find refuge to lay their eggs. MPAs are like zones of peace in the oceans, offering a safe haven for marine life. Then there are the species rehabilitation projects, rescue centers where injured sea turtles are treated and rehabilitated before being released back into the sea. Think of captive breeding programs that are bringing species back from the brink of extinction. One notable example is the work with the Hawaiian monk seal, one of the world's most endangered species. Scientists and conservationists are joining forces to care for orphan pups, ensure their survival, and reintroduce them to their natural habitats. Technology is also playing a crucial role in marine conservation, with drones flying over vast expanses of ocean, monitoring fish populations, and detecting illegal fishing activities. Underwater robots exploring coral reefs and collecting vital data on the health of marine ecosystems. Technological innovation is providing new ways to protect and understand our oceans, making surveillance and conservation possible on a scale never seen before. Also, think of the awareness campaigns that are mobilizing people around the world. School children learning about the importance of the oceans and becoming conservation ambassadors. The impact of powerful documentaries that reveal the wonders and fragilities of the seas, inspiring millions to take action. Education is a powerful tool, turning knowledge into action and creating a generation committed to protecting the oceans. Let's not forget the ocean cleanup initiatives, where dedicated volunteers come together to remove tons of plastic waste from beaches and waters. Teams of divers collecting abandoned fishing nets that threaten marine life. These actions, although they may seem small in the face of the magnitude of the problem, make a significant difference, showing that every gesture counts. There are also efforts to restore critical habitats, such as mangrove plantations, which not only protect coastlines from storms, but also serve as nurseries for many marine species. Coral reef restoration projects, where coral fragments are carefully cultivated and transplanted to degraded areas, helping to rebuild these vital ecosystems. The role of policies and legislation in protecting the oceans. Laws that prohibit the hunting of endangered species, regulations that control sustainable fishing, and international agreements that protect marine areas are fundamental to long-term conservation. Imagine a future where all countries work together to protect the oceans, ensuring that future generations can enjoy the richness and diversity of marine life. Now that we understand the threats to our oceans and the conservation efforts underway, the question arises, what can we, as individuals, do to help? The answer may surprise you, because every little action can have a significant impact. First, think about something as simple as reducing the use of single-use plastics. Plastic bags, bottles, and straws are some of the ocean's biggest villains. Imagine a sea turtle mistaking a plastic bag for a jellyfish, resulting in tragic consequences. By opting for reusable alternatives, such as cloth bags, durable water bottles, and metal straws, we are helping to reduce the amount of plastic that ends up in the oceans. Every conscious choice makes a difference. Another powerful way to help is to support conservation organizations. There are countless NGOs dedicated to protecting marine life and ocean habitats. Imagine contributing to an organization that is rehabilitating injured sea turtles, restoring coral reefs, or patrolling marine protected areas. Donations, even small ones, can provide vital resources for these projects. What's more, many of these organizations need volunteers, and if you have the time, your work can be invaluable. Awareness raising and education are also essential tools. Think of the impact of sharing information about marine conservation with friends and family. Imagine organizing a talk or a documentary screening in your community to raise awareness about the importance of the oceans. Education creates a chain of change where more people become active defenders of the seas. What about changing your eating habits? Choosing sustainable seafood can help reduce the pressure on fish stocks. Make sure you only buy seafood certified by organizations that promote sustainable fishing practices. Imagine the collective impact of millions of people making conscious food choices, relieving pressure on marine ecosystems. Another important action is to take part in beach and river cleanups. Think of the satisfaction of seeing a clean beach after a day of teamwork, knowing that you have helped to protect marine life there. Imagine the difference you can make by removing plastic and other debris that could end up in the ocean. These initiatives not only clean up the environment, but also inspire others to do the same. Political engagement is also crucial. Supporting policies and legislation that protect the oceans can have a far-reaching impact. Imagine signing petitions that pressure governments to create more marine protected areas or ban destructive fishing. Think about the importance of voting for leaders who prioritize environmental conservation. Your voice can influence decisions that shape the future of our oceans. Be aware of your carbon footprint. Climate change directly affects the oceans, and reducing your carbon emissions is one way to help. Think about using public transportation, riding a bike, or investing in renewable energy sources. Every step we take to reduce our carbon footprint helps to combat ocean warming and acidification. These actions, although they may seem small individually, add up to a global conservation movement. Together, we can create a powerful and positive impact. So let's commit to making a difference, protecting our oceans, and ensuring a vibrant future for all the marine species that depend on them. Your action, however small, is an important step in the journey to save our oceans. This world is possible, and it starts with you. Join us in this mission to preserve our oceans for future generations. If you care about the planet and want to be part of the change, like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Together, we can create a better future. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.